Hey guys, and welcome to your BAPHOMET reading for the community. Happy New Moon. It's actually recording date is February the 5th. I chose to do the reading today because according to the calendar, today would be considered 2, 5, and 9. 2 is symbolic for partnerships, cooperation, two people coming together, creating change. Number 5 is all about change, freedom, the 5 pentacle, or the 5-pointed star. And 2016 equals to 9, and 9 is the grandfather, the completion number. So everything we've accumulated within the last 10 years is really now manifesting in the physical form, okay? The new moon, which is all about working towards bringing forth a new intention, a new manifestation, or things that we tried to accomplish within the last 10 years. It's now time to really put in that extra effort to make it come forth for the next month, okay? So which will be equivalent to March new moon, March full moon, or, whenever is right for you, okay? Again, the new moon is on the 8th of February. Again, that's very symbolic because the number 8 is all about bringing forth an accumulation of energy and effort and actions that you've put forth in the past, bringing it back together. It's also symbolic of DNA, double helix. It's also symbolic of the serpent energy, the serpent skin, Naga power. It's also symbolic of energy and physical, practical, spiritual, as well as above and so below, okay? And I'm calling this the BAPHOMET reading because, let me get there, okay? So right here we've got a statue of BAPHOMET. And I'm sorry I don't have a zoom in. I wish I could show you how magnificent this thing is. But BAPHOMET is holding 2 red candles, okay? And this is not to be feared of. It's not necessarily the devil considered in the tarot. There's a devil card in the tarot, which is about binding addiction, sex addictions, drug addictions, food addictions, binding masculine, feminine in a negative way. I consider, as you know, BAPHOMET is tattooed on my spine, and I consider BAPHOMET to be the absolute truth of this universal consciousness of humanity, of evolution, of the inner animal and the physical human structure and evolution. Why? BAPHOMET is all about the solar and the moon. Again, as above, so below, inner power, bringing the God essence, the goddess essence within ourselves. BAPHOMET is also considered, like I said, masculine, feminine, but the Shekinah, and if you're aware of the Bible, the Shekinah is the feminine aspect of God. She is the counterpart of Metatron, okay? Metatrona. She is the counterpart of Metatron, the Shekinah. So again, like I said, it's very much masculine, feminine, solar, and lunar, okay? And because we're doing this new moon, we're coming more into terms of our inner powers, who we are becoming more of, our workings. Red is all about the root. Red is the root chakra. The root is survival instincts, financial instincts, physical movement, environment, the house, our family, our home, building a home, building a business, building a structure, building morals, building evolution, the root of the tree, the bark, the inner that grows, okay? So by working with these candles, since fire is all about commanding all the other elements to come together, which again, fire, earth, air, spirit, and water is the 5-pointed star, okay? Which again today is 5, is all about change. So we're working with the elements. We're working, with witchcraft and shamanism and bringing forth an accumulation of something together, okay? That's what we're doing. Okay, so to get this reading started, we have here a pyrite, a little potion. Isn't that something? This is, again, it's a very grounded root stone. I had a big chunk somewhere around here, but I thought I'd show this because I think this is from Brazil. Yeah. It's like in a little potion, just so that you guys know that, you know, that's what we do. We work up some magic, we accumulate it together to manifest, okay? Then we've got here my famous baby eggs, and these baby eggs are real. There's some babies in there. They've naturally died of natural causes. And you can see that there's still the natural form in there. I just noticed that this one cracked the other day. But these are very protective for women who are trying to get pregnant, women who are beginning a new freedom, blockages, if they're having any, excuse my English for the men, if this is appropriate or not appropriate, but you know what, femininity is real. Men have feminine inner emotions and stuff, but although this is more of a feminine physicality, women go through vaginal things, part of nature, whether it's menstruation, and it really leads to coming into terms with their inner power, their emotions, their strengths, their weaknesses, becoming more of who they are, and it's very much intertwined with the male that they choose to partner up with, okay? So this is to remove blockages for you, to heal them, anything in the past. The womb power, guys. This is the yoni power. Again, like I said, Shekinah in all her glory, as well as, so you got to see this as the yin and yang kind of, the yin and yang symbol. It's very symbolic. You can't have dark without lightness. You can't have lightness without darkness, guys. It's just, that's the way nature is. You can't have the moon without the sun. There's no light time, there's no dark time, there's no sleep time, none of that without each other. Projects, businesses, any ideas that you've always wanted to come forth, let this happen during this new moon. Write them all down, jot them down in your journals, get it all out. Everything that you want to accomplish. This is also symbolic. This is symbolic of a moon. This is moonstone, so write everything that you want down. I don't care if you're a male or a female, if you're a boy or an adult, okay? Everything that you've wanted to accomplish, you do it now during this new moon phase so that you see it accumulate and manifest on the physical realm. So everything that you've been working very, very hard for in the last decade, few months, however long, and you've had to really go through delays, and a lot of times we go through that because we realize this is not us anymore, this person is, things of that nature. I don't want to get too detailed into that. But now this is the time to do it, okay? This is the time where we're going to start seeing changes. We're going to start seeing some things happening, okay? Then we have here, because we have the snake babies, we need to have snake skin. You can't have one without the other, right? And snake skin, again, is very powerful. It's a magical, very magical, powerful totem. The energy with this one is so powerful. It's very heavy. I always say when I bring this one out, it's very, very heavy. It's very different from my green one, my green skin. But it's a very, very heavy energy, very, very powerful energy. Again, it's symbolic of the Ouroboros, the ring of the magical seal. Gates are opening for you guys, okay? We're still in the 5 planetary position of change going on right now. As you know, if you've done really thorough research about that, there's really 9 planets in place, but only 5 is being seen. So again, it's very symbolic with this whole thing taking place. It's very much in an 8 shape, infinity shape, the double helix shape. Sorry, you can't see, but so this is used for many beautiful things, okay? Snake has shed its skin, and now the babies are here to manifest for us. Okay, and so we're going have here this, and I'm going to use this as a tool to cut away through the illusions, okay? I feel there's a lot of you in this community who is really trying to, and is putting in a lot of effort, and you deserve a lot. We're going to ring this bell for the amount of hard work that you have been putting out. Great, I'm so happy for you. But when we get to the heart of what we are really trying to accomplish, and a lot of times illusions come forth, illusions come out, and it gets very difficult for us to see the truth of the matter, okay? So this is going to be present here to cut away through those illusions and get to the truth of the matter and what it is and how it is that you're going to be going about this. Then we have here some smoky quartz and regular quartz in a white pouch. Then we have a red pouch with the solar symbols and the star symbols and the moon symbols in a red pouch with more snake skin in it. That's a different snake skin. And then we have amber stone, 2 amber Indonesian ambers. Again, this is part of a tree, and we're really working with the tree of life, okay? Guys, look up the Shekinah, and I really ask that you, if it works, look it up through the Bible, but unfortunately the Bible has become such a masculine, patriotic religion that they've wiped out the power of the womb, they've wiped out the power of femininity, and you'll only find that in Philema particular. There's more you'll find it in, but there is actually an open document form in the public. If you Google Babylon and the Beast, Philema, you may find like a document form, and it's like a long page. You'll find a lot of interesting things in there. So let's get this reading started because it's already been 12 minutes and I talk a lot. Now, before I do get this reading started, I actually would like to talk about some things that have been really coming forth through me before I got this camera out, and I felt I should be sharing this information. That, if you go back to my my DNA double helix videos, there was one video where I was talking about in 2014 I met a newcomer. He was a Chaldean Syrian guy who was younger than me. He came from Iraq, and I was like one of the first females he connected with, okay? It was actually, believe it or not, February 2014, and it was on Valentine's Day when he saw me. So when I met with him and he told me everything about the whole Muslim thing and how he grew up with Muslims, and he speaks, like, his family, not many Assyrians still speak Aramaic. There aren't many, but he still speaks Aramaic, and it's a powerful language. But when he met with me, he brought me a bouquet of 12 red roses. It was the cutest thing ever. And I didn't know he was going to do it, and he brought me like a stash of like all this cash. No joke. And I'm just looking at him like, what is it, And he's like, I really need to talk to you about this. I need to get this information out and talk to you about it. He's like, I've been getting like premonitions and just nudges to express this to you. And that was when he was just telling me everything about it. We were together for like 2 hours or something. But I wasn't like, we weren't romantic or anything like that. But it was just, he needed to share that with me, and I needed to share that with you guys. So go back to that double helix video. Try to find that video. I can't remember which part it was. Could be 6, could be 5, could be 7. Can't remember. But no, it was probably like 5 or something. But yeah. Another thing that I wanted to share is that in 2014, when I was out in the community, I met a really well-known psychic from Toronto. She has a book, and her sister worked for NASA, and they brought these beds that those who go out as astronauts when you're on the moon and you're out in space, your bone density starts changing over time, as well as athletes, okay? Their bones and everything starts changing over time. So they have these beds, and it heals, supposedly it heals your wounds, and your bone density restores itself. So they brought that here, and they brought it here like, at that time it was not really like legally brought back here, but they brought it here, and I met them. I haven't tried the bed, but met them, and they were curing cancer with these beds and everything. And this is the same woman that said to me when I walked in, she's like, oh, you're a healer. If there's another video of me explaining this to you, and she's like, your aura is gold and white and nobody has that aura. This is that same lady, that psychic who reads auras. So it looks like I'm not reading, am I? This is part of the reading, and you'll find that this is symbolic for what I have to say. And she said that they just all knew what was going on with me. Mind you, she, you know, like I said, she reads auras. She reads about people. If she was able to detect that have a white and gold aura, and that nobody does on this planet, and that's like the ultimate healer's auric color, you know, obviously they knew things. So there was one day where I was in there, and she left early, and all of a sudden, mind you, I had that video up, and I did a reading at the community for a woman, and during the reading I saw a snake, and then there was a guy, a redheaded guy wearing 777 jersey, and I had it recorded, and all these women that were from there saw our connection, and we were connecting and stuff, and he had a snake on him. For those who have been watching me for many years, this was in 2014, summertime, and I had this video up, and if you remember, so they saw the whole thing. So anyways, I was at that place, that, you know, healing center, and it was like an event, and all of a sudden, groups of women came in, and there was this woman, she was Sicilian. She just immediately, she saw me, and she's staring at me while she was hugging this other lady, and she came right up to me, she's like, hi, and she's just staring me down, she's staring, like, trying to get information about me, and she, all of a sudden, like, she was penetrating right through my soul. It was like she was trying to read me, and then all of a sudden, she just kept doing that. Mind you, nobody knew about my past life, nobody, well, not that I know at that time, they weren't quite aware just yet what had happened to my neck. It was after, when this information came out, with my whole DNA, but she just kept touching my neck, and she kept touching me here, and she's like, asking me about this, because she's staring me down, and I was like, she's like, what is that? Tell me what that means to you. And then she's like, because they couldn't figure out with the whole snake, and what was happening to everybody, and how I attracted that, and things of that nature. And I told her, I'm like, you know, that's Metatron's cube, and I was explaining to her what that is to me, and then I said, you know, Metatron is my patron guardian, and she's like, oh, because it's an evil symbol, it's not, you know, it's evil, and I'm like, no, and she's like, Metatron is evil, and I'm like, Metatron is my patron guardian, and she's just staring at me, like, you know. So then I went in the back, she's following me around, and then she comes up to me, and she's like, freaking out, she's like, I'm gonna get that fucker that did this to you. Excuse my English for people who are watching and are younger, and just excuse my English, but I'm gonna get that fucker, let's get him, you don't even know what they've done to you, what they've done to the back of your neck. So she's picking up, she's like, I'm Sicilian, we do witchcraft, we're gonna get that fucker. She wrote down her address, her number, she gave it to me, she's like, sit down. She's like bossing me around, and she's like, sit down. So I'm like, okay, I sit down, and she starts pulling out from my spine, right on my spine. She's like, tell me what you see. And I'm like, this woman is forceful, but I was laughing. I found it hilarious. And she's like, tell me what you see. I'm like, white and black strings. And she's like, it was hilarious. And she's like, pull. She's like, which one am I pulling out? I'm like, my white one. She's like, oops, not that one. And she puts it back in. It was hilarious. And I'm just looking at her, and she's like, I'm gonna get that fucker. He has your book. He has your book. He's using your book, and he's using it against everybody, and all this stuff. And she's basically picking up about the Zionist, okay? And then I told her, I'm like, yeah, I was killed in a past life at a really young age on my neck and my throat. I was choked. And she's like, I know. Anyways, but the matter is, what I'm trying to get at is the truth is in the eye of the beholder. An event can take place, but 100 people are going to see this event as either evil, either good, either sinister, either an evolutionary journey to actually take steps and changes for this world. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Everybody's going to see something very different. And it could be that maybe this is the reading that I want to bring forth, and I don't actually have to bring out my cartomancy divination deck. Maybe Spirit, Metatron, and the Shekinah is in my red earth goddess aspect of my reality and my truth and my existence here on earth, is for me to really get out to you guys that everything is all about perception. Everything else is illusion. The only truth is love. Love for yourself. Listen, if there wasn't love, if there wasn't unconditional love, there's no freaking way this planet would be sustaining itself. There is no way the trees, that everything would be regularly going, okay? The amount of shit humans do to this planet on a daily basis. The chemtrails, the GMO, the food, the chemicals, the car pollution, the building pollution. How is it that everything is still regulating? Is this not unconditional love? Everything is an illusion, okay? And the only truth is love. That is the only absolute truth. And the only way you're going to get through that is balancing your heart chakra, okay, guys? People assume the heart is a weakness. It is the absolute most strength, other than the root, okay? Because it brings together the crown, the third eye, and the root chakra together. It balances it. It brings it together. The root definitely is the strength and the power. However, this is the balancer, okay? So you guys have to understand that. So, everything is an illusion. Every pain you've ever gone through is an illusion. Sure, it may have hurt, okay? Maybe it existed, it happened. But you can't keep repeating and keep reliving wounds and pains and suffering over and over and over. It's all a freaking illusion, guys. Cut through those illusions. You cannot attain this God self without going through pain. Okay? Then we just go back to the jungle of the animalistic nature of humanity and still become that animal of revenge and attack and kill and drink blood and eat flesh. This is metaphorical, even though some people across other places of the world still do it. But what I'm trying to say is, we're here on this planet right now for evolution. Okay? And the only way through that journey of attaining that evolution is to become love, to incorporate more love, cut through all the BS illusions of everything else. Your DNA is healing, your DNA is growing, your DNA is flowing to attain financial stability, to attain your root and your heart chakras. You're shedding the skin, you're attaining your projects, you've got all the blessings of the world, okay? The movement is right here. This is the movement. With Red Earth Goddess right now, on the 5th of February, on the 8th of February, in 2016, during this new moon phase. Okay, Talar, you talk too much. Let's get this going. Man, this is going to be like a 40-minute video, isn't it? That's fine. Okay, so maybe I should be moving a little bit so you can see me a little bit more. This camera. Okay. Looks like it's a nice sunny day to put up this reading, so oh, there we go, baby. Oh, yes. Aha! Most flippin' definitely. Alright, guys, we've got some good cards here. Well, it looks like the first card is this. Come on, guys. Come on. You can't cheat this stuff. With the Nine of Hearts, like I said, there's nothing but love. And then right after that came the Queen of Hearts, okay? So it looks like to me that 2016 is everyone's year to really get and realize that this is our future. This is the real future, okay? Guys, you got to work with your root chakra, your heart chakra. Okay, everybody wants to have telepathic abilities. Everybody wants to see through their third eye, sure, but you're not going to be able to heal your past selves, your past traumas, your past everything, your relationship problems, your family problems, your traumatic problems, your mystical problems, your mystical healing abilities. It's got to start with your root, and it's got to come here to the heart. Because when this is all cleared and healed, it goes up here after. It goes up here after. How do you think I was born and I still attain this white and gold light in my aura, okay? You've got to understand that. Look, white and gold is all around here. All around. Mother Mary and baby Jesus. We've got the snake skin and the baby. We've got the baby eggs. We've got BAPHOMET, we've got the Shekinah and Metatron, we've got all the baby cherubs, the angels. Not baby cherubs, but they're angels. Hearts, lots of hearts. This is for the community, this is for the future temple, this is for everybody moving, this is for your inner selves, this is for the evolution of your spirit and your physical bodies and your relationships and your businesses and people coming together and people falling in love and staying in love. Listen, let me tell you something. If I can do some heavy magic. Okay? If I want to, if I really want to, if someone comes to me and says, listen to Laura, I really need you to bring me with this person. Really connect me with this person. Attach me to this person because I want to marry this person. I can do it. I didn't say I've never or I don't know how. I can do it. I can do more than just these readings, you know. I'm a shaman. I can do a lot. However, I won't do it just for everybody or anybody because there is a big factor to be involved, okay? There's a very big factor. Like, I won't force two people to be together. They both have to want to be together. If they're having issues of coming together, such as family not wanting them together, financial problems, you know, I can bring them together and tie the knot for them, okay? But what I also really encourage when I do something like that is for them to keep in touch with me and keep in base with me because I want them to stay together. It's not just about tying the knot for somebody in witchcraft and then, okay, bye-bye, see ya, have a nice life. I want it to be regularly you guys being taking care of each other and one another, okay? The snake skin is also very symbolic of bringing marriages together. You don't understand how many people, how many emails, how many results I've seen when I work with these totems, when I work with these spirits, when I work with these magical, particularly snakes and eggs. How many people get together and end up getting married and having children and getting engaged when I bring them out? I don't even have to do the knot. It just naturally starts happening on its own, okay? But you guys have got to get rid of the crap in your system, in your chakra systems. You got to get rid of that mentality of this person's going to hurt me. I'm going to hurt this person. My future, there's no, I'll never be happy. I'll never have this. I'll never have it. You got to get out of that mentality and you got to do the work of healing. You've got to clear your shit. You've got to get your stuff together because that future person or that soulmate person will never be able to come in with you. Even if I tie the knot, you're going to absorb each other's crap. You got to clear out that stuff so that when that person comes in, immediately it will be nothing but magic. Because you've got the Queen of Hearts, okay? And look at this. There is here BAPHOMET. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. We have here BAPHOMET. We have here 2 red candles. It's a pillar of light. We've got the red essence here. We've got their snake skin. We've got the pyrite. We've got the eggs. We've got the baby. We've got the queen. See that? See that? See the colors? Symbology, guys. You see the colors. There's red. There's a community here. There's a building here. There's a queen and there's a soldier behind with a child bringing forth this. Everything is right here. Then we've got the 2 of clubs. And I see a lot of people are moving overseas or they're moving near water. Your future is near water. Your temples, your businesses is going to be near water or overseas. Your guys are going to come and say goodbye to the past. You're saying goodbye to the past of pain, suffering, and you're becoming this. You're coming into this as a group, as a whole. Remember, movement, guys. And saying goodbye to the past, man. Remember, it's February. February is number 2. Okay? This is the time right now. I always say every year I don't feel like it's the new year until March. Until the 3rd month. Why? Because the 1st and the 2nd month is really the time to really step back, contemplate what's happened in the last year or however long, and be able to see and move forward with your actions on the 3rd of what's going to be taking place. You know, number 3 is creation, the Trinity, and taking actions. And 2 is about partnerships. 2 is about cooperation, business partnerships, things of that nature, okay? I just hope this doesn't shut off on me. Every time I turn it on, it's about to die. Okay? And then, so there's people, okay? You're going to be moving overseas or you're going to be living near the water. You're going to be, the water. Why the water? Again, in regular tarot, this is the 9 of Cups. It's a water sign. This is the Queen of Cups. This is a water sign. Water is very intuitive. It's very healing. Please look up the water element. It's great to live nearby because it's a natural therapeutic. Like it's a healing. It's very healing. Especially for women. I see a lot of bonfires and circular dances and a lot of coven work near water. In a lodge, in a cabin, guys. I'm giving you secret notes, secret little signs, okay? She's wearing red, he's wearing red. Root chakra, guys. Root chakra, guys. And clubs, okay? Clubs, I know diamonds are considered to be financial, but for me, clubs is also symbolic of business and finances. Look these symbols up. And then we've got the Jack of Spades, and this is all about you guys really realizing, you know what? I have cut through those illusions, and because I've realized that, I've taken off my armor. See, he's taken off the helmet. He's taken off the armor. He has his sword out, and he's whoosh, going forward. Everybody, you coming with me? Because I'm going. I'm moving forward. The gate's open, guys. The gate of overseas moving. You're moving locations, okay? The gate is open, and everyone's moving forward, following. And what is that going to lead you? To your temple, to your coven work. See these people, they've all gotten together playing instruments. They're playing the instruments of witchcraft and shamanism. We're all getting together working with the elements. Earth, air, water, fire, spirit. Did I say all of them? Yeah? The 5-pointed star. Yes? So, what is this considered? Ace of Wands in the regular tarot? I don't usually like to, because this is not a traditional deck, the way I've created it. However, or I don't like to compare this to the traditional tarot because it's not. I use this and I wanted to create this because of the number frequencies and the symbols. They follow me everywhere. I'm into them. It's a form of deciphering or ciphering. Okay? So is the tarot, and Wands is fiery, it's fast action, it's action, okay? So this is what is going to happen, this is what is manifesting. This is the completion card. This is what is happening for everyone, okay? But you guys, you got to take the actions, do your homework, you know, stay in touch with each other, tell each other your dreams and your wishes, those you trust, those who you're doing this with, so you can move forward, okay? Because if you keep this to yourself and only yourself, then you're missing out on that person that can totally support you and totally want to be part of this coven work, okay? Part of this community work, part of this, you know, however long. And like I said, some people, they may find it's too difficult for them, they can't do it. And then some people who thought they would never have come in eventually will, you know. It's all about timing. Everyone's timing is going to be different. Not everyone's going to be doing this at the same time, you know, but it does take two to tango in order for something to move, to reach the number 3, as well as to achieve this, okay? So, I get a good feeling about this. I wish everybody love and light. I can sit here and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, but it's not necessary. So let's ring the bell. And let's get this party started, guys. I love you. See you soon. Ciao.